You know what time it is. It's time for Hot Topics Talk Radio TV, hosted by Tony Breedlove and Yvonne Baker.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Hot Topics Talk Radio TV. I'm used to saying radio, I'm sorry. We're not on Blog Talk anymore. Well, tonight's show is Who the Hell Knows? This is going to be you, Tony, me, and we're all just kind of shooting from the hip tonight. So, what is tonight's topic, Tony?
Anything goes.
Anything goes. That's tonight's topic.
Okay, so.
No, we don't have to go into to explanation.
Okay.
And I know you guys did not get the invites that you normally get, but this is going to be an exciting show tonight. Because anything goes. You can ask almost any question you want, and you will get almost any answer to that question.
Whether it's right or wrong.
Whether it's right or wrong. So, and while I'm doing the intro to the show tonight, Tony is busy sharing things. Hey, Jacqueline. See, you know what? You don't have to send Jacqueline an invite. She is on, girl, I tell you, you are on the money. You are there, and unless you hear otherwise, you tuning in. Thank you, Jacqueline.
That's right.
We love you.
Jacqueline's always here, girl.
Always here.
Jacqueline, we need you to share the show.
Yes, Jacqueline, share the show. There's Chris. See, Chris is on point too. Hey, Chris.
How you doing?
So, yeah.
See, you know what? Okay, first of all,
no, I know what I was going to say. Excuse
okay.
me. Okay, so it came back to me. So, I guess you guys are wondering how Tony and I are in the same picture.
It's magic.
It is. You know, what you can do with technology these days is amazing.
It's called flights. It's like taking a flight.
No, I didn't take a flight. I took a drive.
Right. Oh my God.
I missed Vegas so much. I had to drive back down here.
Crazy as hell. Who would drive from Texas to anywhere? Oh my God.
No, but my grandson, he's moving back down here. He just moved to Texas a few months ago. Now he's back here again. So I said, what better reason for me to get back to Vegas? Any chance I can get, I'm back in Vegas. And I just wish I could move back here, but I'll be leaving out this weekend anyway. So this is a short visit. Okay, so I'm almost done. Because we did not get an opportunity to share the show, and okay, it's my fault. It is my fault. No, I didn't write the show. We have to share the responsibility because I could have reminded her. I really could have. But I had so much going on, and it was really just inconvenient. I was hoping she'd forget we just don't do the show tonight. Because I just drove 17 hours straight. Yes, ma'am. And believe me, my butt is dragging. I don't want to say the other word. But my butt is, yeah, that's what she said. It's dragging. And it's just, so I'm tired. Tony's tired. So we just... it's my fault. No, it's a shame. And the reason why it's my fault is because it is my responsibility of making sure that the shows are written up and put in. So it's my fault.
It is my fault. Yes, it's your fault that you didn't remind me. But
you know what? There is no fault. It's just
it's life. It's life.
Life.
Because real jobs kick in,
real
responsibilities,
yes.
Kicks in,
yes.
And some things will take precedence over others. And not saying that anything takes precedence over our viewers, and those who support us. It's just that things are just way a lot. It really is. It's a lot.
It is. And Jacqueline said, give ourselves a hug. Thank you, Jacqueline.
So, like Yvonne was saying, tonight we're going to just do anything goes. And that means we are shooting from the hip. Which
Remember
means...
who used to say that?
Who?
Jerry Kelly.
Jerry Kelly.
Was that Jerry?
I think so.
Yeah, that was Jerry.
Yeah. So that's what we're going to do. And it's going way back. You're dating yourself.
At the beginning of the show. That's not dating myself. I was still a baby. Oh, God.
Here we go. That part right there. So that's what we're doing tonight. We're just shooting from the hip. We're just going to have some conversations, hoping that, you'll take part in that. You can ask us anything.
Hey,
we'll answer back. What's up, cousin? And we're just going to let it flow tonight. We're just going to let it flow. So what is on your mind other than sleep and more sleep?
How I would like to take my grandson and string him up by his thumb.
Yeah, because that was messed up.
That was messed up.
So you ended up driving most of the way when it was supposed to be a shared effort.
Well, actually, I was supposed to help drive. And so we left the Killeen area that I live in. And we got out about 11 o'clock yesterday morning. So since he has this thing about driving through farmland because of the deers and the cows and the coyotes and all that stuff. So I said, okay, well, I'll drive first. So he was supposed to drive last night. So I'm driving. We finally get on the road, like I said, about 11 o'clock. We get to, whatever. I drove until about 8:30ish.
Mm-hmm.
So I gave him the wheel. I don't know where this boy got his license from, but it sure wasn't DMV.
He's still a baby. He's learning.
23 years
He's
old.
Still learning. And to be on that kind of a trip.
When you have 18-wheelers with that weighs about 80,000 pounds, it's not a learning try. It's not a learning
He's still
trip.
A baby. So I get it.
So I'm telling him, while I'm driving, I'm like, dude, you need to go to sleep. You need to get your nap. I am, girl, I am. But he's steadily talking. I said, you need to get a nap. Go to sleep. He's still talking. And what he's talking most about is because, Texas is not legal to buy weed.
Right.
So
that was his conversation.
That was his conversation. He was going to stop by the dispensary as soon as he got back into. But it was ironic because we got back here at 4 o'clock because it stays open 24 hours. Why was it closed when we went through there at 4 o'clock?
They need to sleep too. They smoking all day.
I know. And smoking, smelling all that stuff.
Oh my God.
So needless to say, anyway, he drove first leg, maybe 2 hours. I'm like, Jamal, sorry. I'm like, let me know when you
That's
drive.
not even a tow. And you saying first leg.
Well, yeah. So I'm like, okay, let me know when you're ready
to go. Right.
So he starts laughing. I'm getting a little sleepy. Oh, you just got behind the wheel. So I was really glad to take over after 2 hours because this boy was scaring the hell. I couldn't even go
Oh
to
my
sleep.
God. Yeah, you were telling me, and I'd be like, oh no. But that's no worse than, because I know when me and Uncle Lou went to Texas, and I can't remember which relative it was that passed, but my cousin Sean, he was about that age. And so he wanted to go. He was actually stationed here at the base at Nellis. And so we let him drive on the way out, going, past Hoover Dam and all of that. Child, all I could do was stay in the back and drink because I figured, hell, if I'm drunk enough, I won't know if I'm gone.
But you know what?
I could not.
But see, when we left, because I flew out here to help him drive to Texas.
Right.
And it was snow on the ground. It had been snowing, and the snow plows had, plows the roads.
Right.
And stuff. The boy was flying. He was doing 90, 80, 90.
On the
icy road. But coming back, and it was at night. And coming back, he get into a curve, and he's doing 60 miles an hour. And I'm like, what are you doing? Don't you see all these big rigs behind you? And he's in the fast lane. And then didn't even know he's supposed to be in the first lane. And that's the slow lane. So I had to explain to him what the two lanes represented.
I could not.
It was either that or get killed.
I cannot. I cannot. What's up, Hooter? How you doing?
Hey, Charlene.
So I'm glad you made it safe.
I am too. Thank the Lord.
Yeah, glad you made it safe, and bet you won't take that trip too soon.
No, I already told him this is it. I'm not doing this again. But he did pay for my flight back.
Well, that's a good thing. Yeah. See, there you go, flying for free.
Because I told him I wouldn't go pay for my flight.
So what else is going on? Let's see what we got going on in the news. Because I know that we were having dinner before we came on air, and we were talking about the filibuster and what's going on in our nation's capital and all these different things. You want to talk about that, or
I want to talk.
No, I know what I want to talk about. I want to talk about. You remember we were on air? Was it 3 weeks ago?
Oh yeah.
And we were talking about having a conversation with the guy that you're either breaking up with or why you're breaking up with him. And I said, you need to have that conversation so you can close the chapter if that's what you're going to do. So tell the viewing audience how I was right to do that.
Well, I don't say all that, but.
Oh, well, I do.
And toot your own horn.
A beep beep.
So this show did influence me. That show, I don't even remember the topic.
The listeners probably remember.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, it was about talking to your mate or talking to the potential mate if you don't want to be bothered.
Sabotaging your own relationship. Yeah.
That's it.
See, I can remember that, but I can't remember
that's it.
Nothing else. So anyway, so we were talking about sabotaging your relationships and all this stuff. So, this last guy I was dating, I don't know. It was just something that it was. We didn't have communication. Yeah.
Jacqueline said yes.
So I didn't call him. He didn't call me, and it was, to me, as far as I was concerned, it was a wrap. So while I was here, after the show, he didn't even watch the show. But after the show, a few days after the show, I got a text from him that he asked me what was I doing. I said I'm in Vegas, and so he said send me a picture, and I'm like, send your picture for what?
You know
Don't you remember what I was
And then let me interrupt that portion because I just told you, I said, with your mean ass. See, ladies, I'm going to say this again. have a conversation. You don't have to be mean. Okay, you don't really have to be mean. Just have a conversation. But this mean ass.
No, it was not being mean because, okay, we had gone. The last time we saw each other or talked to each other was in October. So now we're in, what was that, March? May. April. That was in April because I came here in May.
Yeah.
This was in April. I hadn't talked to him or nothing for about 6 months.
Because you didn't have the conversation then. That's why.
Okay, but he could have called me before.
No. Sometimes we have to take that initiative to have the conversation.
But
if he did not take the initiative, would you have?
I don't know because I don't know because it was like
let me look at the wall for a little bit.
He took the initiative.
Dang, it needs to be painting.
He contacted me and I responded. And I did say, why do you want a picture? What do you want a picture for? You don't remember what I look like? It has been a while, but you don't remember what I look like. So he was like, okay, well, call me when you get home. So when I got home, I waited a few days and then I found him. And then we've been seeing.
Okay, so let's back up a little bit. So when he asked you for the picture and you say, well, what do I need to send you a picture for? I haven't seen you in it. Did you forget how I look? And then he asks you, or he says to you, just call me when you get back. We can talk when you get back. Did you send him a picture?
No. No, I did not.
Why? It could have been any picture. I'm not saying it had to be a porn picture. It could have been any picture. So why?
When he asked me to send him a picture, I asked him what kind of picture because, see, there was this, and I think you spoke up, we do a lot of online dating. And sometimes we run across the same
crazy ass people.
So I ran across, and I know one of my other friends had the same meeting with this guy. And he was
with this one?
No, not him.
Oh,
some other guy. So, this guy, when I was talking to him, this was before this last one. So when I was talking to him, he didn't want to meet because, the pandemic had first started, right. And he was, scared to go out.
Understandable.
So he sends me a message. Because he said, why don't you come to my bed? And I said, what? And I had to think about it a minute. And I'm like, and excuse my English because I don't use this word at all. But this nigga had the audacity to have me come. I mean, he didn't ever met me. We talked on the phone. And he's talking about, I come to his place and come in his bed.
Okay.
So this
wow.
And I'm still taking her advice. He's been sending me messages and stuff. So I said, well, maybe I over exaggerated. I assumed too much of him. So I was, reaching out and all this stuff. And so he said, send me a picture. I said, a picture of what?
Okay, so.
But wait a minute.
Oh.
So okay. I said, a picture of what? So he sends me a message back, those 40 triple Ds. I said,
he would have got cussed the fuck out.
He did. And then I blocked him. So, but it's like, the thing is, and so that's why I ask when I'm approached about sending a picture of what?
I would just send just a regular old picture. I sent him one of my business pictures.
I'm not going to waste my time.
Oh my God.
But then this guy's not like him.
Oh my God. Wow, Jacqueline. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's crazy as hell.
Yeah.
Serious? You know what? It's a bunch of damn creeps on the internet. It's a bunch of creeps. Because look, I had been talking to this guy online, didn't give him my phone number or anything, and then we were talking online, and this mother had nerve to tell me he was jacking off in between keystrokes. I'm like, these fucking people! Oh my God!
Wait a minute. So I had this guy. He lived in the Dallas area. And so we had been talking. I mean, this man was fine. If that was him, he was fine. I mean, not fine. Fine.
Fine.
So he was, we were talking back and forth. So why I get this picture that he took of his private. And
are dick pics really in now? Are they still in? Ladies, are dick pics in? Guys, are they?
Let's see. We only have one guy on there, and that's Chris. Chris, is it in?
I know.
Are dick pics in? Chris is like, why you gonna ask me?
So what? I'm a guy. Why you calling me out? Telling all my business. Oh my God. That's just insane.
Yeah, I was like, and he didn't even tell me he was getting hard on talking to me. He just took a picture while, I mean, we were chatting, but he just took a picture, snapped a picture, or he sent me a picture. I don't know if it was his or he went and
wasn't his.
And shopped it. I don't know.
Oh shit. Chris goes, call me out by name. Tony, years ago, well, when we met, I did not like that. I don't do them. Thank God.
Finally.
Thank God. Well, the guys that we knew back in the day, and you know what, and that's a good topic, right? So the guys back in the day seemed like they had a whole lot of sense compared to where they are right now.
But they didn't have the technology they have right now back in the day.
We didn't?
Hell no.
Yeah, we did.
We did not.
Okay, well, we had this technology, what, for the last 20 years.
So you had where you could
it was, by the way, it was dial up.
Yeah, it was dial up. It was dial up. It was.
Oh, remember AOL was the only one?
I know.
Yeah, because you had to do the dial up.
AOL. Yep. That was that other one too. Hotmail.
Yeah, but Hotmail wasn't. Yeah, because that came after AOL. Because they were like, and Hotmail wasn't like you could actually get on and chat with people. It was email, remember?
Oh, yeah.
It was email. Yeah. So AOL was around for a long time. Are they still?
I don't know. I haven't used AOL.
Who has AOL? That's what I want to know. Because I'm going to laugh.
But you know what? I can't even get in my Hotmail account.
They still have them?
It's, last time I tried, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Jacqueline says, and you wonder why I don't do online dating. Just give people the freedom to do too much. Shaking my head. You got that right.
But you know what? People have...
Excuse my grandma. Oh, let me go back to the comments. I don't get it. Your grandma's there? I'm sorry, Chris.
We can't go back to... I say this and you guess what I mean.
Right.
We did that when we first came in.
Exactly. It didn't work well at all.
No, not at all.
Oh my God. Oh my God. But yeah, online dating it ain't for the faint of heart.
It really isn't.
It's really not. And the reason why I say that is because so many people get on online dating and they make that the end all of all, right? That's what they do. They just get on there and they serial date and all of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
how could you take something so loosely wound so serious? You know, you don't know these people from a can of paint. Now, there are some people on there that are really nice people. I've met them.
I have too.
And have talked to them even for the last few years. And they're really good people. And they just have the same luck that me and Yvonne have. Okay.
But you know what? Now, I met this one guy on there.
It's a meat locker. Here we go, Chris.
That's not what you said earlier. Those two, what you said about excuse my grandma and this.
I don't get it.
No.
Chris, you got to be more elementary with us. Geriatric center. Keep that in mind.
Well, keep in mind, he's the same.
Oh, yeah. He's got gray hair. Worse than we do. So, Chris, think of yourself as a geriatric and speak plainly.
But you know what? I was just thinking, 20 years ago, we had those big old phones.
Those bricks.
So there was no.
Oh, there we go. Now we understand.
Okay. But I still don't understand the grandma. Excuse my grandma?
We won't understand the grandma.
That's okay.
Brick. That's where you left off.
Yeah. But yeah, 20 years ago, it was those big bricks. And they were useless. Except for big bills.
Well, they were useful at the time we were.
As far as like, you know, what technology is now, you take pictures.
Well, yeah, I mean, because we hadn't advanced yet. But for the time, that was big pimping.
Yeah, that was big pimping.
Because you had the cell box with you had to carry. So
that's hilarious. I remember my best friend, she thought she was they had. She was one of the. For her and her husband was the first ones that bought the brick box, and she was in her car and she'd be up there with this big old thing on.
Exactly.
Exactly. On the phone to whoever else.
Oh my God.
But then when she got her phone bill, it was like $600.
Yeah. Yeah, because there was no regulations. It was like that was the first time that was happening.
Yeah. So
everybody was getting those bills because I thought I was the shit. And especially when you got the one that plugged into the car, when we got to that technology.
I didn't want one of those.
I did. It was a big one too. It was like you hold it like this. And it had that big old wiry cord and you plug it in the cigarette lighter. Yes.
I did not want one. You know what? I didn't even have a pager.
Oh, I had a pager.
Didn't want it.
Yeah, I didn't want it, but I had to get it. So
no, I had no pager. Didn't want that phone. But then when they came out with the flip phone, remember the BlackBerry?
Do I remember the BlackBerry?
Oh my God!
Do I remember the BlackBerry? Don't you remember you were like, Tony, you need to give up that BlackBerry. Shoot, I was like, oh, that ball was like my life. Okay.
We started looking BlackBerry phone anonymous, so we can send Tony.
I was
hooked. Do an intervention.
I was on that BlackBerry, and I did not want to give it up. So then, when I finally did give it up, and we had flip phones. Remember, they were the flip phones.
I remember flip phones.
And when I finally got a flip phone, I'm standing in the store, and I'm asking the guy, I'm like, "So where's the ball? How do I work this thing?" And he was trying to show me and everything. I got home, I was so fucking frustrated. I was like, I hate this phone. I want my BlackBerry back. And don't you remember, I went in the drawer and I got my BlackBerry out and I put the SIM card in my BlackBerry. I used it. Yeah, I used my BlackBerry religiously.
This woman could swipe type like a champ. I'm still, when I tried it, because we all had a BlackBerry. And I'm trying to type, and the keys were so tiny, and I'm trying to type, and Tony's just over there. Nails and all.
Oh my God, I still have my BlackBerry actually. It's in the drawer in there.
Oh,
I really do. Because every time I go in there to like clean things out, I'll run across it and I'm like, oh, I do. I miss it. I'd give this shit up for the minute for my BlackBerry.
I would not want a BlackBerry. That was the worst phone for me. But I remember when flip phones first came out. Well, regular phones.
Right.
And never had one. So I was dating this guy. And he was the businessman. Actually, he was my boss. So he was like, I need.
You been messing with the boss?
Hell yeah. I ain't too around there. I don't mess with the boss.
Just a big old hoe.
Yeah. Pot calling this yellow black.
Look, zip it.
So, anyway, but you know what? This man was he was more of a father to my kids than their father was.
Wow.
So he was, and it didn't even start off like that, but it the things that he was doing for my kids, and they're not his, and their father wasn't even doing an iota of anything.
Right.
So yeah, but anyway, so he was bad credit, and he should have known. You know, he can't buy a phone. He got bad credit. So we went to a provider, and I got 2 phones. This person ran my bill up to $400, and
it would be done.
It was done.
Oh my God.
Hey, Devon.
Okay, so Devon, I'm going to pick on you now. Now I'm going to pick on you. Why the hell would you send me all the damn clips for tomorrow night? I said, how long did it take me to do all those clips? It was like, yeah. I'm like, when is there going to be time to talk? All them damn clips. And then you're not even going to be on the show. I got to be on the show with Ray tomorrow. So God help me. What is he saying?
Because I love you.
Because I wasn't going to be there. Really? So you were going to load Ray down with clips so he wouldn't have to talk.
Well, you know what? That's understandable.
No.
Load him down.
Because Ray wasn't going to sit on the show by himself. So he was going to get somebody. But I'm thinking, wow, these clips. Those was the ones he wanted. Next time, say no.
Just say no to her.
You pick the clips and make him have them. That's it. How's that? Anyway, so where were we?
So yeah, I guess that was payback for what all he did for my kids.
Oh, I think he would have been going for a long trunk ride in the desert. Yeah, that's using folks. Yeah. Ooh. All right. So what else are we going to talk about? How much time we got? We got 20 minutes.
Well, somebody asked a question.
I know. Somebody asked a question.
I know y'all tired. Y'all sick of hearing our little stories.
I know.
What y'all got to say?
Because I'm trying to think of something that would be okay to say. Because I don't want to like bust nobody out. Because so many people listen to this show. And I'm not, I don't want to bust nobody out. So, y'all got any questions for us? I don't care what it is. What?
I have what I was telling you earlier today about the trip. So, with my little scare a few weeks ago, I have come to the conclusion that I need to stop and start enjoying my life. So what I did was I went over to some friends Sunday, and so we were talking about girls getaway. And remember, we were talking about that before on the show.
Yeah.
So we are planning a trip. Well, I think 6 of us already have our tickets, but planning a trip to um, Key West. So if anybody want to join in, it's gonna be fun. I'm trying to talk Tony into that.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I told you, you got to send me
I will send it to you
the
before I
dates
leave here.
because my calendar is like slammed. It is.
But
slammed.
you know what? So a couple months ago, about a month or so ago, Tony was sick.
Serious? You gonna tell that?
No, I'm just saying he was sick. And
oh, don't tell.
I'm using this as a point.
Oh.
So if something had happened to Tony, that job, and I don't care who's listening from that job, if something had happened to Tony, they would have been advertising for somebody to fill her seat.
This is true.
And she needs to slow down. Tony is a workaholic. Always has been. From OCTA on down up to here, up to now.
These folks know that.
And okay, well, I'm just telling them what they already know.
Charlene just called. Well, let's see. I called Charlene last week, and we were talking, and I don't know how I ended up telling her what happened. She busted me. She might as well took a bat and busted me in the head.
And that's what she needs. Somebody take a bat and bust her in the head. But the thing
is that Charlene knows me. She knows I'm gonna. I'll slow down.
She has not slowed down, Charlene. She hasn't. And
why are you gonna tell her that?
If anything, she has, because I believe in telling the truth.
Oh no, you didn't. Oh no, you didn't.
I'm not sugarcoating nothing. So if anything, she's gotten worse.
What did you say? Really, Devon? You and Charlene, really?
If anything, it's gotten worse. And she is, and I keep telling her, tomorrow is not promised to us. You need to live your life for today. And I mean,
pull your hand. Give my mouse.
Because it's okay to work. You have to do your work.
Oh Lord, now you got Jacqueline going. Oh Lord, stop.
So see, she had a meeting that she had to stay after work.
I don't even know what to say. Chris, don't start with me. How you gonna help me slow down? Huh?
That is between you and Chris.
Cause I'm good. I'm good.
And Brandon, you got that problem too.
Exactly. I was about to say. Brandon is just as bad as I am.
Brandon is just as bad as Tony.
Well, at least we know it's in the blood.
He has gone. This man, he goes to work whether he's sick or well.
Shit gotta get done, Brandon, right? If you don't do it, nobody's gonna do it. Use your Chris. My God. You gonna have people spreading rumors now. Thank you. I'm learning too.
Brandon, come on. You were in.
He was just sick, as you told me.
I know my son has been sick before, and he's been sick going to work. Probably have 110 temperature, coughing and going on. He put his mask on and like, well, I got to go to work anyway.
Exactly.
So
what you gonna do sitting at home?
Shit.
But be sick.
Like me. I feel upset.
Oh, I can't. I cannot. I cannot.
I could never
I could
take
not.
PTO. I would accrue vacation time, PTO, and I look at the books and I'm like, ooh, shoot, I got 5 days PTO.
And I'm at the top. It's like I take vacation. I'll take a day thinking it's going to do something to take the time down because I stop earning. And it don't do no good. So, you know.
That's why you need to make this trip or take this vacation.
Well,
I'm going to send it to you.
Yeah, and I got to look at my calendar. I got to see what's going on. I'll get there. I'm getting there. Don't look at me like that. I'm getting there.
Do y'all remember when we sat here, when we started off the show with girls' trip?
No, we started off saying how much we needed a vacation.
Okay, so regardless of how we started off, it was ended up we need to get together and take a girls' trip. So
but I got to put it on hold for a minute.
Look at that. Now she wants me to send her the itinerary of this trip, but she's got to put it on hold.
But that's in September.
That's in September.
This is June. It gives me time. So I got to put some things, because I was trying to do a vacation sooner than that. And I'm hot. Y'all making me mad. Had to turn on my damn fan. But I had to put it off. And now that I've put certain things off, soon as this month is done, I can look at July with a more clear eye. July, August, and September.
Okay, so what you do is when I send you the information, you put it on your calendar, because you said you wanted to go see your mom.
You're not straightening me out.
Put it on the calendar that you need for actually 3 days, 4 days, however you want to put it. That's all you need. And the time that you forgot the calendar.
No, forget the calendar. Whatever.
And the other.
Yeah, Chris, you go in my spot.
Hey.
I always got shit to do. You go in my spot.
No, Chris, you're not going in her spot. She needs to go in her own spot.
Oh my God. Now that you done bust me out. Really?
Yeah, really. You need this. It's just a few days.
I'm actually planning to go see my mother.
And you said at the end of July.
Yeah, July.
So what's wrong with having? You got the time. Take it.
I am.
You see how you said? Did y'all see that look?
Well, look. I just said I am.
Yeah, it's like if I get the chance.
I am. I'm gonna slow down. I promise. Cause look, if I don't, Devon is gonna straighten me out.
And then there's me, Charlene. Don't be fan. See, you know what? She just pretty much said, "Forget you." Charlene, she said, "Forget us."
Did you see that hand ring? No, she didn't see that.
She didn't see that.
But I do, Yvonne, you got to be on the show tomorrow too. Make Ray nervous and flustered.
You know what? Wait a minute. Y'all invited me on this show last week? Week before last. And I
know, because they were going to do an extension of what we were doing, right? Yeah.
And y'all was talking so much, I'm like, they don't need me. And I don't know the lady that was with you guys, with you and Ray, but I'm like, y'all don't need me.
I know. That was Miss Pepper.
Miss Pepper.
She was with them when they were on Blog Talk.
Oh, really?
She did a lot of research and stuff like that. Miss Pepper's cool. She's so cool. So anyway, let's change the subject.
I want to say, if anybody's interested in going on this ladies' trip, it's Florida, Key West, at the end of September. hit me up in my inbox.
All right, so now you know. So now you know.
Goes on in Florida, stay.
You can become a big old hoe.
Hey, look, I'm in a situationship.
That don't mean shit when you're on vacation.
That's what I said. What stays in Florida stays.
Yeah, you better say that off camera. He might check out the show.
Oh, hang on. He's going to have fun. Do what you do.
So we were asking what people wanted to talk about, right? Let me go back up. I think Devon has said something about kids being in grown folks' business. Lock their little asses up in the other room. But that's today, though. Today, a lot of parents, I don't get that. I've never gotten that.
You know, I have, I've firsthand witness of that. My, this little girl is, I think she's like 6 years old. Maybe 7. And she talks back to her grandmother. Now, her grandmother talks to her like, you know, she's a grown girl, a grown little woman. And she gets right back into her grandmother's face and tell her the same thing. She's like, Granny, I'm gonna whoop your ass.
See, you know, that's right, Devon. See, I think what has gone on for the past 20 years is we've allowed state and federal government tell us how to raise our children. You know, they induct all these laws, you know, and all of these bills and these passages that say, you know, you can't discipline your children by a strong hand. You have to talk to your children. Well, shit, I ain't there as a friend. So why am I talking to this little asshole when he's done something I've told him not to do? And especially when you're doing it over and over and over. And especially when you go into a school and you're supposed to sit your ass there and learn and you disrespecting a teacher. And I mean, the list goes on and on and on. So at some point, all the talking is not doing any good. They don't even care when you take away a cell phone anymore. Shit. And then why are we buying children cell phones? Like they got business, you know? So
I know the cell phone sometimes is a safety precaution in case something happens. They have access to it, and then you got the chip in there where you can track the phone. And, you know,
I get that.
I get that.
But with that though, Yvonne, there comes limits to those phones too. Exactly. You can limit those phones. You know, that's the whole thing. But Devon says parents are scared to discipline nowadays. Talking don't strike the same fear as an ass whipping, and I have to agree. Because I think that right now you've got psychologists and psychiatrists that, you know, are in these schools and they're doubling as nurses and principals and all of this. And they are part of you not being able to discipline your children. But there's a line of discipline regards to, you know, if you are going to spank your child, whip your kids, there's a line of abuse. But some people are out there, they don't know that line, but every day there are parents who do.
Well, you know, I had a situation when my kids were smaller. So I had to take my kids to the doctor because one of them had a rash all over his body. Mm-hmm. So, you know, when you take one, you got to take, you know, take them both.
Right.
So when I get to the hospital and the doctor examines the one that I went there for, all of a sudden he calls in my other son. He said, I want to examine your other son. So I'm like, okay, well, whatever. So next thing I know, he done took pictures of their bodies. And then he comes out and he tells me, he says, Ms. Baker, I am seeing signs of abuse, physical abuse. And by law, I have to report it to
Child
to
services.
child services. And I looked over, what are you talking about? Physical abuse.
It's a damn rash.
So he's, and my boys, they were boys. They ride not motorcycles, skateboards, bicycles. They fall off. They get a cut, and you got to take them to emergency because he noticed there was a lot of emergency calls. And
boys,
yeah, and cut this and cut that, and I mean, it was like the ER doctors and I were on first name basis. Hey, Yvonne, you back tonight again?
Exactly.
Yeah, Susan, I'm here tonight.
Exactly.
So. I said, you know what? I said, do you have any kids? He said, no. I said, okay, well, when you get you some kids, you tell me how you raise your kids. But these are my kids. Mm-hmm. And I said, and I'm not sitting here waiting for no damn cops to come here and talk to me about my kids.
Girl.
So I took my kids and I went home. So here comes these
social people.
No, the police officers.
Oh, they were?
Yeah. One was, they were both Caucasian, and one was female. So she's going to stand up there with her fan and her belt buckle telling me about how I should raise my kids. Mm. And I told her, I said, look, when my kids do something wrong, I'm going to spank their ass. Mm-hmm. I said, but if you feel like y'all can raise them better, take them. Because I am not letting the law tell me how I'm supposed to raise my kids. I had these kids. Y'all didn't have these kids.
Because you know what? It was, I think Cameron was probably maybe 10, 11, 12, somewhere around there. And he had asked me to go spend the night at one of his friend's house. And they lived right up the street. And I said, oh, okay. So little Brian, he comes down and, they gonna walk back up there. And I, asked the questions, is Kelly gonna be home? That was his mom. And Brian said, yeah. And I said, well, I'll call Kelly myself, to make sure everything's gonna be okay. And when you get up the street, then you call me and make sure that you let me know that you get up there. And I told them both, do not take your asses out of that house once you get in there, because I know Kelly will probably fall asleep, and do not leave. So I don't think I was off the phone with Kelly and told those two little assholes. I don't think it was 5 minutes. They get up the street, they call me, they say, we made it. I said, okay. I hung up the phone. Then there's at my door. I look out the peephole and it's the police. I'm thinking, Lord Jesus. And all I could do was just drop to my knees when I opened the doors. And the cop said, Mom, no. He said, is your son named Cameron? And I said, yeah. And I was shaking like a leaf because I didn't see Cameron or Brian. Mm-hmm. So he says, no, Mom, no. They coming up the walk with my partner. And I said, well, what the fuck? I said, they supposed to be in the house. He said, well, Mom, just calm down. They went up to whatever store it was, Albertsons or something. They went up to Albertsons because they said they wanted to go buy comic books. I said, I just told those little bastards to go in there and close the door. It wasn't 5 minutes, okay? Girl, by the time Cameron came up the walk, the second cop, he was like, I heard you, Mom, when you when you opened the door. And that was the black cop. The white cop standing at the door, right? Mm-hmm. So they bring Cameron in, and the cop says, well, ma'am, we saw them, or a neighbor called us because they were hiding in their bushes. There was a truckload of white supremacist boys, young boys, that had gotten after them, and they ran in the bushes. And the neighbor saw them, let them in, and called the cops. I told the cop, I said, you can let him go. And my whole face just changed. I said, you can let him go. I said, bring your ass in here, because I'm going to tear your ass up. And the little white cop, well, Mom, no, you can't do that. We can't hear that. I don't give a fuck what you hear. I'm going to wear his ass out, because I told him not. And see, I've never been that kind of parent who was afraid of, laws and all this, because I was back then trying to teach my kid how to to mind, to follow direction. Because if he didn't, then he was basically going to be roadkill on that street by either white supremacists or cops. One of the two.
Yeah.
So I would wear his ass out. But kids don't know how to stay in kids' place. And I agree with Devon. He said that there are parents who have just become lazy.
Yes, they have.
They don't want to get involved with discipline in their children. They think, well, I sent them to school. So it's the teacher's job. It's the principal's job. It's the counselor's job.
It's everybody else's job but yours.
Yeah, exactly. So I agree, Devon.
Well, when after that incident with my kids, social worker did come out 5 o'clock and 4 o'clock in the morning. Went in there with flashlight, looked at the kids and said, "Your kids, they're not being abused." So my one son, he go the next day. I'm sitting there and I told him, I'm like, he was doing something. I said, "If you don't stop, I'm gonna whoop your ass. I'm gonna call 911."
I wish you
would. You better go get the phone because I'm gonna tell you.
Because there's gonna be a time between you hanging that phone up and they getting here. So who you think gonna win out? You better make sure that you don't press that 9, that 1, or that 1. Because baby, it just makes me like just want to just bounce up and down just thinking about it. You better not press 9, 1, or 1. I mean that.
I gotta pick up the damn phone.
Oh my God. Brandon asked it. Wait, I'm coming back to your yes, LOL.
Yes.
But Devon said that's why they give them the phones and the electronics, because that's what's raising them. And you're right.
It is.
You're right. There's a certain
you don't see
age
kids outside playing anymore
because they're always on a phone or some sort of electronic device.
Yeah.
But see, and that's what's ruining families, is because even when families sit down to dinner, and I had noticed this about some friends of mine, right? They all sit at the table. Sure, you're sharing dinner together, but nobody's talking.
You know what? Now I can say, Brandon, he's in the chat. He has I know you did not. You said it. He was like, I was just playing, Mom. I was just playing. But I have to give it to Brandon. Brandon got 4 girls. And, 3 out of 4 is good, follow directions. But he has this thing. They've got their high-tech phones. And he don't play. When he tells them they better do something,
they better do it.
Those phones are gone.
Mm-hmm.
He don't, they're older, but so he don't do the rod thing now. He gets them where it hurts, the phones. Mm-hmm. So he takes the phones away, and I guess it depends on what they've done, the punishment. And they can have their phones taken a month or more.
I don't blame them.
Their friends was like,
I don't blame them.
Ask them like, well, what did you do? Your phone, your phone has been taken away for a month.
Yeah, I don't blame them.
And his girls are, they're good girls. They're good girls. They are good girls. And Brandon don't play with him. He's what they need at the time that they need it.
Right.
So, he can be their friend. He plays with them.
Well, that's what dads do.
Them. And then,
but they know the authority.
They know the authority. Yeah.
They know the authority. And that's the difference. Jacqueline said that part, the kid getting a flip phone for real, not getting anything that can get them arrested.
Flip phones? Shoot, it's iPhones.
Yeah.
12.
I've seen some kids, they got these phones and I'm like, shit, and they do everything but walk. Yeah. And these parents are paying this money for them. And it's just, to me, it's just too much. When we talk about kids who are like 10 and 11, really? Who's paying for this shit? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Getting a child pornography charge for sending your butt to someone, I don't think so. Huh? Where did I see that? YouTube, smart, but yeah, yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. But yeah, that I mean, kids should not be. They're not your friends.
They're not your.
You know, as far as keeping them out of grown people's business, I can't stand a child that's in grown folks' business, Devon, because then they too grown. They know too much. And then that gives them an opportunity to try and throw some shit in your face later on. No, no, they don't need to be sitting under grown folks. Send their asses to rooms behind a door. That's what you do. And parents, stop talking all this crazy shit to your children.
Yes.
Stop it. Stop it. And they don't need to be your friend. You don't need to share nothing about your relationships, your bedroom, nothing. You know, I get so weirded out about shit like that. I really do.
Yeah.
I really do. Oh my God. Y'all got any other questions? Because it's 8:01. We ready to go. I've been busted out enough today. I don't want to talk to y'all no more.
Charlene, I'm gonna keep you informed on this work ethic she's got.
I got shit to do tonight. I remember a time when it was stay in a child's place.
Yeah, that's what it was. Stay in your place.
Yeah, yeah. And don't you remember when your folks used to have parties, card parties and domino parties, and you come out the room, can I have some water? Go back in that room, you're not thirsty. Oh my God. Yeah, that's the way I was raised. You didn't come in the room with grown folks.
That's right.
You just did not. Good night, Brandon.
Good night, babe. You got early ride.
Yeah.
I hope you're feeling better, babe.
Take care of yourself, cousin, so we can live to work another day.
And that's just what y'all be doing, working another day.
Oh, yeah. Enjoy your wine tonight, ladies. You deserve it. Thank you, Chris. And thanks for telling all of our business.
Well, you said anything, guys.
All right. So with that being said, thank you, everybody, for joining in. You know, it was really a fun show, even though we didn't really write a show for tonight. We just hopped on trying to make sure.
It was fun.
It was fun. It was fun. So I won't even say what we're doing next week because we never know at this point.
You know, I think it was the last week.
Next week we do know what we're doing.
Well, we don't.
Yeah, you can.
We know what we're doing, but we don't know what we're doing.
Well, yeah, we do.
Okay, but y'all know what we're doing.
So Yvonne and I were having this conversation before we came on air about a show that we did a few years ago when we were honoring the troops during the holiday season.
Actually, I think it was during holiday season 911 area.
Okay. Dang, we've been on air that long. So we were thinking, Yvonne was thinking that, with everything that has gone on with the COVID pandemic and the many lives that have been lost, we thought, she thought that would be a nice way to come on air next week and pay tribute to those who have lost loved ones, who had gone through, the stresses of COVID and losing someone. We want to pay honor and tribute to those people. So I invite you next week to join us for that show. If you do know someone or who have lost someone, we strongly encourage you to invite them to next week's show, because that is what we're going to be talking about, the loss of our loved ones during the pandemic and how that has affected and impacted where we are today and how do we move forward. That's what we're going to talk about.
And, I just want to put this out here. It's not saying that Black Lives Matter should not have a tribute to them, but we have had so many marches for Black lives that have been taken from, the police and all this. But how many tributes have we had that we can say for people that have died other people that have died unnecessarily by this pandemic. You know, and there's a lot of people that there's so many people that have lost their lives,
and that's it's a horrible loss, because it's just something that just comes out of nowhere, and the person gets sick, and all of a sudden they're gone. It's a horrible loss. So that's what we're going to do next week. Is we're going to pay tribute to those who have lost loved ones, and be an encouragement for you to move forward. Not to say that you need to, forget about your loved one, but we want to be an encouragement to you on the next part of your journey through life without your loved one, if I can put it plainly like that. It makes sense?
It sounds good.
Sounds good.
Yeah, that sounds really good. See, that's why she's Tony.
That's why I work.
Do you know I saw this building? Wait a minute. I saw this building. I think it was in Amarillo. It had something breed love on the building.
Really?
Yeah.
That might be a connected uncle, a rich uncle.
You never know.
Oh, you need to find out what building that is so I can call him.
Geriatrics is sitting in, y'all.
Oh, look up my money.
I tell you where I saw it. It was going over the bridge, and it was to the right.
In Amarillo?
I think it was Amarillo, somewhere around there.
Might
Outskirts of Amarillo.
Let me go get a job with my family.
Yeah. Don't forget, I'm your dad.
That's right. All right, y'all. Well, it has been great. I am done with you. I am done with you. So as I'm trying to close out, I had to remember, what is the show that is coming up tomorrow night on
Truth
Brothers TV? It had to do with Karens and Kens. And based on the clips that Devon had loaded me down with, it is going to be, let me see if I can find it right quick.
I thought you loaded it.
I did, but if I go on through there, it slows everything down. So let's see what they got coming up. Watch, it's not going to give me what I want because I'm looking for it. No, that's not it. I knew it. So, shoot. So what it has to do with is Karens. You know those Karens that, Karen and Ken on the attack. That's tomorrow night show. But it is based on the fact that, we got these Karen and these Kens out here that feel that they are do-gooders and they have to report you as doing wrong because you're a black person. So that's tomorrow night on True Brothers.
Really?
Really.
OMG. Who would have thought it?
Yeah, right? So that's what tomorrow night show is about. Devon will not be hosting tomorrow night with Ray Gage. I will be sitting in if I have a voice left, because this will be my third show in a row for the week. So it's going to be good. Make sure that you come back and hit us up on Facebook, Truth Brothers TV with Ray Gage, and I will be sitting in for Devon Patrick tomorrow night with about 1,000 clips. Make sure that you follow Hot Topics Talk Radio right here on Facebook under Hot Topics Talk Radio with me and Yvonne Baker. We're here every Wednesday night.
Almost every Wednesday unless something come up.
We're here Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific, 9 Central, 10 o'clock on the East Coast. Make sure that you follow us right here on Facebook. So until tomorrow night, I will see you again soon. And thanks again for watching Hot Topics Talk Radio with me,
Yvonne Baker,
every Wednesday night. All right, good to have you in the house.
I know.
Good to have you in the house. So you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening. I'm going to go do some more work.
Thank you, guys. See y'all next Wednesday.
Boy, I got to take the banner down because I didn't do it earlier. And I can't get to it soon enough. Oh my God. This is awful. Good night, everybody. We love you. Night.